Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, and I welcome you all to the investor conference call of KSolves India Ltd. Today on the call from the management we have with us Mr. Ratan Srivastav, Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Manish Gurnani, Chief Technology Officer, Ms. Kirti, Business Development Head, and Mr. Umang Soni, Chief Financial Officer. As a disclaimer, I would like to inform all of you that this call may contain forward-looking statements which may involve risk and uncertainty. Also, a reminder that this call is being recorded. I would now request the management to detail us about the business, performance highlights for the quarter that went by, the growth plans and the vision for the coming years, post which we will open the floor for Q&A. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Inajit. Thank you. Okay. So, good evening, everyone. First of all, Vinayji, thank you for doing all the arrangements for our first con call. So this is our first con call. So I can understand that investors are here to know about us and about the business and about the numbers. And as per my understanding, that as I stated that this is our first call, so in first part we will divide this con call in two part for or three part. I can say that first part we will focus on what we do, what is our business. Second part we will cover the numbers, and third part the question answer. So we will.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so now we are going to start from the why KSolves. Manish, can you go to the next screen? Okay, so we have around 490 people, and we are listed on NSE and BSE both 3.5 years before. We are Udo Gold partner. We have a partnership with the AWS. We have partnership with the Red Hat. We have partnership with the Salesforce. We are a gold partner of Salesforce also. This year we have awarded by NASCAM, by Dune and Bradstreet, and then the most prestigious award we have got by the ET, the MSME award of the year of the MSME year of the award. Okay, and then we are semi-level 3 certified company. A part of this, we are ISO certified also. Manish, go to the next slide. Now I'm coming to the business strength and strategies. Business strategies, first thing is that the revenue from multiple geographies. We are not, I can say that depend on one country. We have a business from so many countries. We are covering most of the business from the North America, Europe, and a few other countries. We have experience promoters and management expertise. In board, we have people from the prestigious colleges, and they have experience they have a great experience, and our management, for example, as CTO, he has a vast experience in technology. Customer satisfaction, I can say that customer satisfaction and revenue from long-standing customer relationship. We have so many customers who are working with us since long time, and few of them are even working with more than 5 years, 6 years. Okay, and we have, I can say that the business is diversified across several verticals. We are not dependent on one vertical. Okay, a scalable business model we have. So this is our strength and strategies. Next screen, Manish. The optimal utilization of the resources. So we are always try to increase the utilization of the resources. Okay, how we can add skills so that we can get better rates from the customer. We try to invest in infrastructure and the technology. For example, we are focusing on the AI, ML, and the generative AI, which is right now every customer is asking for the AI, ML developers. We focus on the efficiency. Efficiency means how we can increase the output from the developers, and it is possible only when we provide them a proper guidance and proper training. Expand our current business relationship. We do regular calls with the existing customers. So to know that if they have any other requirement, if they are planning for uh, expansion and they are looking for other vendors and they don't know that we have that capabilities. Okay, we try to attract, develop and retain highly skilled employees. So this is the most, I can say that this is the most benefit we have received, we have got after launching the IPO. When we made this company public, now we can get easily good skilled employees or skill freshers from the reputed uh, colleges, because we have now brand. So this is, I can say that this is the additional benefit or the main benefit when we became the public. Okay, next one is way forward. How we are looking the way forward? Definitely hybrid delivery model. After corona, I can see that people are not very much interested to come daily office, but definitely they are coming 2 to 3 times in a week in an office. And flexible model means they are coming by 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock in the morning and they are leaving by 4 o'clock in the evening, so that they can avoid the traffic. But this is the hybrid delivery model. Some people are working from the home. If they are experienced people, then we are giving them this liberty, but definitely we are not compromising with the quality. And I can see that benefit of this hybrid delivery model is directly reflecting in the output. They are giving us better output because they are getting the flexibility. We are targeting the enterprise customers so that we can get long term projects, long duration projects. uh, we are trying to maintain hyper revenue growth path, increasing revenue per employee, as I stated in the last sheet, that by changing the technologies from one technology to another technology, and definitely technology should be evolving. Okay, then in that case we are able to increase the revenue per employee. Okay, product innovation. We have invested our time and energy to develop some products also. In Udo we have developed so many products, and one of the product is very successful, and that has generated around 1 million revenue in last 3 4 years. And also we have developed one application, a big application in Salesforce. uh, for that Salesforce application, Salesforce has invited us for events so that we can showcase our capabilities. We are attending the webinars, events now. Okay, we are spending money to attend the events. We are sending our people to other countries or other states in even in India to attend the events for the branding. And I can see the direct impact of this event participation. Recently we have done one event for AI ML, and we can see that queries are coming. Okay, next one is growth drivers. Definitely we have already I have already explained you the increased utilization. Smart investment, as I said that in my smart investment means some product development, hiring resources, maintaining the always bench so that we can provide resources if we are getting any new requirement from the customer. Tech partnership, we are I have already explained you that we have a multiple partnership with so many customers like Red Hat, AWS, Udo, Salesforce. Okay, client relationship, I have already explained you. Next, Manish. KSolves has developed the performance testing new vertical uh, uh, the last quarter, miss, uh, and I can see that right now, definitely we are trying to convince the customers that why performance testing is important for their product. Performance testing means the load testing, how much any application can bear the load, bear the traffic. Okay, so this is very important when application grows. Okay, next one is KSolve's capabilities. Okay, KSolve's capabilities, testing, experienced experts we have, We have industry leading tools and methodologies. We have our support is excellent. Our data driven insights and recommendations. We have agile and scalable approach. Next, Manish. Umang, can you explain this?
Yeah, thanks, Sudan, and thank you everyone for joining the call. So, as you all know that we are a very shareholder-friendly company since listing, and in the recent financial year 23-24, we have paid around 14.50 per share as interim dividend, and which roughly comes around to 17-18 crores. And if you see our sales growth, yeah, we have maintained a good sales growth from 55 CR of last 9 months of FY22 to 78 CRs in current 9 months. And same goes with profit also. 17 crores profit was in last 9 months of 2022, and in current 9 months for April to December, it's 24.76 CR. So roughly we have maintained a 40% growth in year-on-year growth in sales and net profit. Manish, next slide.
Manish, next.
And now coming to dividends, so yeah, we have been a high dividend paying company, and we have paid around 90% of our free cash flow as dividend to our shareholders. And as a percentage of EPS, we have paid around 74% of our EPS as dividend to our shareholders. And you can see the ratios here, ROE, ROC, all these are industry beating. Next.
Next.
Now coming to geographical presence, so we have presence all over the globe. Our clients are majorly situated in North America, Europe, Australia, and India. So if you basically divide between export and domestic, so it's come around roughly around 81.5%, which is our export sales, and 18.5 roughly comes to our domestic Indian customers. And out of that, a major focus of international business is in North America, which comes to around 66%, and Europe comes to 7.5%. So that's roughly our bifurcation of our revenue based on the geography.
Okay, so we are you can say that a service-based company. Our revenue is coming from the services 97%, and from the products we are getting 3% revenue. And in future, even I can say that we will be majorly focused on the service-based company, as other big giants are focusing on the services. Okay, definitely we will develop some products, but it will just to train our existing resources to migrate into the new technology, and maybe sometimes it will help us to generate some revenue. But yes, the major focus will be the services. And services is divided in two parts: development and consulting. So development means, suppose if any customer has an existing product, then we start direct from the development. And if suppose any customer is coming from the scratch, he has a requirement but he does not know that how to do this and what technology he should do, then in that case we start from the consultant, and then consulting, then we provide them the development also. In product, we have managed services, we have Udo, and we have Salesforce. Next.
Okay.
Technology verticals, Manish will explain you.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. To start, so we are highly focused on two niche areas of technology, specifically AI and generative AI. Other companies might have started looking into this, but we have already developed solutions onto this. For example, for generative AI, we are working with a very major Fortune 500 client to telecom, and we have built with them intelligent chat GPT-like solution, which can help them in managing their site operations. So the challenge is that when you set up these sites, you have these heavy manuals that technician needs to go through. What we have done is we have come up with a solution wherein all those different type of documents, those different manuals, they are fed into a chat GPT-like model, and that model now can behave. It can answer any technician's queries. So this is one of the biggest use case for generative AI that we have recently delivered. In the other one, again for related to generative AI only. So this is again for a very major manufacturing company which is into fluid management. So it's an industry leader. So what we have done over there is So when they build these heavy machines, these machines internally have smaller parts. All those parts need to be quality controlled. You need to be they need to be verified that the tensile strength, that the chemical composition, that is all correct. So all those quality reports, they need to be verified. This is all being done manually so far. This was all being done manually. What we have done is we have worked with them and we are coming with a solution which will do this automated by generative AI based models. So you have a quality test report, you use that report, you feed that report to that model will read that report, it will sort of understand what that report means, and based on the answer, it will say that this quality report is passed or not. Then coming to another use case for AI, this is again for a very major telecom giant, telecom company that we have done. For them, what we did is, so we have built them a solution which can auto detect any modem before it is about to fail. And we have implemented that solution as a very nice dashboard which shows which areas can have some problems. So now the technicians can proactively look at that dashboard and they will know where the problem can happen. So this is a predictive plus a prescriptive AI solution that we have developed for them.
Prediction and prescription.
Right. Then coming to another major area that we have is for big data. So for big data, we are working on very for one of our very big European customers, and we have used Apache NiFi, an open source technology, to move terabytes of data across different type of databases. These databases could be SQL, could be NoSQL. We have developed custom processors which do all of this job for them. Then for another, we also worked on a government project wherein we built a microservices-based solution which can manage close to 120 million users at any time. So we have built, KSolves has developed that portal for government, and that portal is able to take a load of close to 110 to 120 million users. This is all very high-end technology. Another area that we have worked with the government on the same project was, so they needed to process close to millions of different type of documents. So they are close to different categories. There are almost 30 to 40 different categories of documents. So earlier what was being done was that you have to create a separate process, separate flow for each type of document. So you had to create 40 different type of flows in big data to manage those different type of documents. We worked with them and we have designed a solution which is built on a big data technology called Apache Spark, which allows them to, so now it has been built like an engine. You do not need any more. If you have any form that you need to process through that, it is all configuration driven. You do not need to code anything. It is all, you can do your work in, let's say, in Excel. And that form, that document will be processed by that engine seamlessly. So this Spark engine, this Spark-based solution was also developed by KSolves. And this engine can process close to millions of files with hundreds of records each. So effectively billions of records can be processed through this engine. Then coming to other areas, so all these technologies, right, they work, any big data or AI ML, right, they need a very good DevOps architecture and DevOps design also. What DevOps means is you need to manage all these systems which are processing these huge amount of data. Those systems should be robust. Those systems should be scalable. Today, if I've got, let's say, 100, let's say today that system is able to manage 1 million users. Tomorrow, if I have, let's say, 120, let's say maybe 1 million to 2 million extra users, that system should be automatically scalable. It should scale on its own. So that part is all being managed by KSolves DevOps team. Then with Salesforce, Salesforce is a is a CRM which is used across all over the world, right? KSolves has almost 100 plus Salesforce developers, certified architects, and we have been doing a lot of services based development in Salesforce. We are providing engineers to some of the big companies who need Salesforce developers to design and develop their applications.
Big and small companies, they have the idea, they want to develop their product, so we are providing them our engineers, certified engineers, to develop their product.
Right. So then maybe moving to next slide now.
Yep.
So this is the services suite. Essentially, what all I explained above, right? The details of that is explained over here. So like I mentioned about AI and generative AI, right? The tools that we use, we work on computer vision, we work on NLP, we work on deep learning, right? Similarly, for Salesforce, we work on like Salesforce development as well as Salesforce consulting. We do Salesforce migration, we do Salesforce integration with other third-party applications. We do lot of, we have our own Salesforce product, Lead Manager Ninja, also deployed onto the Salesforce App Store. Then in big data, some of the technology that I mentioned is Kafka, NiFi, Cassandra, Spark. And in case if you would sort of search in Google for Cassandra NiFi Development Company in India or NiFi Development Company in India, you will see that KSolves is coming in the top. We work across clouds. Yeah. So again, the same for enterprise technology, it is morely into Java, microservices, Spring, and then for DevOps, we work across all the clouds as well as Circle, some technology specific to DevOps. I'll then skip to the next. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, we have a team which is divided in two parts. One is staff augmentation. The another is the project-based model. Project-based model is again divided in two parts. One is TNM and one is the fixed cost. Okay. So overall revenue is divided in. I can say that overall revenue is coming through three different uh, category of developers. Okay, stock augmentation, TNM, and fixed cost. So our major revenue is coming from the TNM, and then fixed cost, and then the staff augmentation. Okay. Next, service process. Then whenever we start any project from the scratch, then definitely it start from the requirement gathering. Then we start the after the requirement gathering, we start the development plan. Then we ensure that whatever we have delivered, it should be have the good quality. And then after the good quality, once the project is stable and then customers start getting the revenue, then they ask for the new features or the maintenance for the existing features. Next. This is Dashboard Ninja, which I have already explained you that this is one of our top selling product, which has generated around 1 million, more than 1 million revenue in last 3 years, and it is running number one on the Udo App Store since last 3 years currently. Next. This is the clientele. Basically, in the clientele, if you will see, these customers are the mostly US based customer, but as I stated, and Manish also explained that few companies, for them, we are working in the by the using generative AI or AI ML or the big data, they have requested that not to request their name. Okay, we said that okay, we don't have any problem, and I think that so many companies are doing the same thing. So as Manish said, that Fortune 500 customer, you will not see their name, but yes, they are Fortune 500 and they are telecom based company. Yes, next. Business analysis industries. Actually, we have divided our business into that how many industries we are serving. So first is IT and services, e-governance, BFSI, marketing, healthcare, manufacturing, retail, edutech, and telecom, and some others. Revenue by business units, product is, we can say that I told you already that this thing that 3% is coming from the product and 97 is coming from the services. And we have again the explained here that how much revenue is coming from the healthcare manufacturing. We can cover this in the question answer round. Next. Umang.
Yeah, so this is our revenue breakup, as I already stated. It typically divides our revenue in domestic and export. So you can say 82% was export and around 18% is domestic revenue. And again, here we see the geographical revenue breakup, of which North America is the leading one. Around 67% belongs to North America, and 7% Europe, 7% around rest of the world, and around 18% belongs to Indian customers. Yeah, next. So this is basically revenue by geography that I recently stated in a pie chart. And this is our technological bifurcation of our revenue.
Next. Quarterly highlights. Yes, Umang.
So as you see our quarterly performance in recent FY23 quarter 3, year-on-year revenue growth was 38.3%, and our PAT increased 44.7%. And if you compare it with previous quarter, which is September 23, our revenue from operations have increased around 9.4%, and PAT has increased 8.6%. And we have maintained an EBITDA or OPM margin of around 40+% altogether in all the quarters. Next. We are done with it.
Okay, so all done, Umang?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Okay, so Vinayji, I think we have covered all the points. We can start the question answers.
Sure. Manish, can you end the presentation and share? Thank you. We'll take the first question from the line of Ravi Kumar Naredi. You can go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. Are you able to listen me?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ravi. I think he got disconnected. Anybody who wishes to ask a question, use the option of raise hand. We'll take the first question from Lalit Rai. Lalit, you can go ahead.
Yeah, hello, good evening, everyone. Firstly, we would have, you did mention that now we have some large clients as well. There must be a huge number of small or mid-sized companies as well. People who are not so well versed with the latest technologies coming up, a lot of the time not even aware of what they should be really implementing at their end. So is it the case that a lot of them approach you with a kind of problem and where you have to, what you implement, right? So right from uh, at your end, thinking about what is the right fit for them, identifying the right tools, then implementing it and also maintaining it for them over time. Is that how it works for most of the clients? And is that the reason why we have margins which are significantly higher than what we see elsewhere in the IT space? So it kind of becomes a blend of a lot of consulting as well.
Okay, so thank you, Lalitji. Yes, I can say that margin is related to this, but first of all, I will explain you that yes, you are correct. Whenever any customer come to us, we try to understand that what kind of solution will be fit for his requirement. Okay, for example, there are 2 3 clouds: Google Clouds, AWS, and Azure. Okay, and the fourth option is that in-house means he does not want to go for cloud for, okay, because of, he suppose any bank is coming. Okay, for example, bank is coming and they are very much concerned about the data. Okay, so in that case we study their requirement and we suggest them that which cloud will be good for them, which technology they should use. For example, PHP, Java, .NET, same thing they can do. Okay, but it is not necessary that in every requirement PHP will be fit, in every requirement Java will be fit, and in every requirement .NET will be fit. Okay, so we suggest them the technology, we suggest them the servers, what kind of servers they should use, and based on that we start the project. Okay, yes, it definitely affects the margin. And margin, you have raised the question about the margin. Okay, so I will say that margin is high because we are working on the complex technologies. Okay, which is not, I can say that, available at this rate at our level companies. Okay, for example, AIML, big data, Salesforce. Okay, so for these technologies rates are high, and that's why margins are high. AIML, we right now hourly rate, I can say what we are getting at this moment, $31 per employee per hour. Am I correct, Umang?
Yeah.
Okay, and at the same time for the Udo, which is not, I can say that, at that level where AI, ML, or generative AI stands. Okay, for Udo we are getting $17 per hour. Okay, in sheet you may see that we are getting revenue higher than AIML with Udo, but in future you may see that the revenue generated by the AIML is higher as compared to the Udo. Okay, because we have started moving there. Any other, I am, I have covered all the things which you have asked, or I missed anything, Lalitji?
Um, you have covered, Ratanji. Thank you so much for that. Also, the second question was around just trying to understand the evolution of these guys, right? So Salesforce is there and Odoo is there. So one is San Francisco, US based company. The other is a Belgium company. So these guys probably came up and developed technologies over there. They had some of their own implementers, and then around them in that geography, they would have developed an ecosystem of other people, smaller companies who were supporting their implementation or maintenance because they alone couldn't have done that. So, uh, is there a very large opportunity in the sense that initially most of their ecosystem evolved around the Western geographies and where billing rates would be very high, maybe going from $70 to 120, $130 per hour kind of billing rates. And now we are able to come in and learn these technologies and implement them uh, for the clients, and wherein we are able to, as you mentioned, at the higher end, even when we are doing AI based products, Udar also we are able to offer at prices as low as $31, whereas in the West, from what I read online, resources are very, very expensive, way above $100 an hour. So does that become a big pull? And uh, so while we may see Salesforce and Odoo as they become, and Salesforce already is very, very large. So as they become very large and they kind of mature, and we have seen Salesforce's growth come off from the 40-50% kind of CAGRVs, or earlier it was even higher, and now it's in the teens. But so we have that tailwind that Salesforce and Odoo are still growing and growing well, and at the same time you will have this shift which can happen in terms of this outsourcing opportunity where you are competing with people who are operating at 5 times, 6 times your billing rates. So you will always have a great value proposition, and therefore, that part of the business can keep shifting. Here, we are still very small in terms of size. So does that mean that for many years, because of this equation, we will continue to see an above industry kind of growth rate? And we've been clocking phenomenal growth rates, and congratulations to you for that. But can we sustain these what seem to be pretty high rates of growth?
Okay, so Lalitji, you have asked so many things in one question. Okay, but I will try to cover each and everything. Okay. Okay, so first thing that, right now I'm in Sydney. Okay, and today I was in a Salesforce tower at Sydney. for event. Okay. And I was able to clearly see the difference, what market Salesforce is focusing and what market Udo is focusing. Okay. So at this moment, the market which Salesforce is focusing is, I can say that, is higher as compared to Udo. Okay. So rates are definitely higher for the Salesforce and as compared to Udo. Right now, if you will search on the internet and if you will see the revenue generated by us in the Udo, okay, you can see that maybe we are one of the top 10 vendors in all over the world. In if you will see the revenue for Udo, okay, but Salesforce, we are still working. We are very means we are behind with so many people. Okay, but definitely we are moving forward. We are adding the capabilities. One year before we were silver, then this year we became gold, and then next year we may have some good news. Okay, so that is the difference between the Salesforce and the Udo. But we will always want to have our bread and butter. Okay, everything means I have started this company with the PHP technology 12 years before. Still, I have that PHP. I don't leave anything, but definitely my focus is more on the latest technology. As I said, that AI, ML, big data, Salesforce, because that's how I am able to retain my developers, my employees. Okay, I have people who are working with us more than 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. Reason? I always keep changing the technology. I always try to work on the latest technology so that I can get complex work and I can get higher rates and I can give them the higher salary. Okay. So that is the reason I'm able to work on this technology and margin. Now you are talking about the margin. I would like to be conservative. Okay. So what I see that for this year and for next 3 years, this year I would be able to maintain 37 plus minus 2%, and for next 3 years definitely it will be industry beating if everything goes well.
Sir, my question was more around the so there was one more element to it, which was around growth rate. So this whole price arbitrage or cost arbitrage for the client, where we are able to offer billing rates of $17 to $31, right? And whereas in the West, for similar work, the billing rates would be $70 to well upwards of $100. So in our space, on the cloud side and on the side of, so we've already seen all this play out for the larger companies, right? And for TCS and Infosys and HCL Tech, etc. Uh, in the pre-cloud era, right? Which is now saturated, and which is why we are seeing growth rates plateau out. But on the cloud side, are we seeing so this opportunity of offshoring, is there still a long way to go, which will ensure that we are able to sustain very high rates of growth for many years to come?
See,
Let me
I
take
will
that.
again try to give one example. 3 years before, or what we are doing right now, 3 years before, uh, what rates we were getting, and right now what rates we are getting, there's a huge difference. Okay, because the expertise level got increased. Okay, and the question which you are saying, uh, that
So
I
let
would
me
be
take
able
that.
to maintain.
Let me
Sorry, Manish.
let me take that. Let me take that.
Okay.
Yeah. So see, definitely what it will depend. So number one, it will depend from technology. If you're talking about AI ML, yes, we will be able to sustain that high rate because AI ML is going to grow. What we see, it is a growing technology, and we are sure that we will be able to maintain that, right? If you talk about, let's say, what about cloud, right? What cloud was 10 years back and what cloud is, today, right? The rates will definitely be different, correct? How that difference, how that matters to us is the onshore rates will always be high. You will not get AML engineers at the same rate, what you are getting in India, right? This definitely plays in for as a positive for us, because we get, see, what we also want is, we are still, I would say, a small player compared to these, big fours, right? But what we want is, we have a team which is capable to work on these high-end technologies. All they need is some sort of a, some projects wherein we can demonstrate that capability. So keeping these rates help us get those products. And once we have worked with the client and delivered these projects, the option opens up for other projects also, which is what we have seen. So I will give you an example, right? We started work with, with one of our US clients for this AIML, right? We started small, right? And today that client has given us almost double the work of what they had earlier, what they were earlier given. This is again that same telecom giant that I earlier mentioned, right? In network, right? They started with 2 ML resources. Today we have got almost, double or triple of that. And that is the way that we start small. But once we get in the project, right, people are able to see the capabilities of our engineers, and then they're able to have more confidence on us, and then they are able to give us more work related to that.
See, Lalitji, basically what I understand means, still we are small as compared to big names you stated. Okay, so if any customer come to us, they first they want to see our capabilities, and once they start seeing our performance, then they start asking for more developers, then they start giving us more work. Okay, in that way we can say that with the same customer, we start from, for example, 3,000, and in next 6 months we end it into the 15,000. Okay, so they keep adding the resources, they keep adding the work. Once they start seeing our performance, our work, our culture. Okay, so this is what I have observed and what I am seeing here. Once we will have the brand and the name in the, okay, then maybe they will start opening all the cards in one time. Okay, but right now they are very careful. Okay, they start from the small assignment, but they keep adding the works. Okay, I can give you one example. There's one customer who was a, uh, I can say that 9 months before he was giving us $1,800 per month, but right now he is giving us $30,000 per month for AIML. Okay, and our customers are mainly the small cap customers. They have the fund, they have the idea, but they do not have that much of fund where they can hire developers from the big companies. Okay, but they want to work on the complex technology. So those, so they come to us, they start from the small things and then they grow.
Right.
Sure, sir.
We'll,
Thanks a lot, and I'll get back in the queue. Thanks a
thanks,
lot.
Lalit.
Sure.
We'll take the next question from Ravi Kumar Naredi, since he had got muted last time. Ravi, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, you had just given the reply. uh, We will grow more than industry's average. So, what is the growth of industry first, and what visibility you are having for next 2 to 3 years? And instead of paying so much handsome dividend, can you go for buyback like TCS and Infi doing? And how many employees we have added in financial year 24, and what is attrition rate? These are my questions.
4 questions you have asked: attrition rate,
Yeah,
how many employees we have added, and 2 questions that what will be the numbers in next 3 years. Okay, and
right.
fourth, how, where we are, what we are expecting, or what we are say, means, as we said that the industry beating. Okay, so what we are saying here. Okay, so
Okay.
definitely I
Yeah,
will be
yeah.
stick on that point. Industry beating means companies who are at our level. Okay, and maybe little higher than us. So industry beating means we will be better than them for next 3 years. First answer. Second answer is that this year we will try to have a growth of 37 plus minus 2%. Okay. Third, the number of resources, the total hire this year. Right now, I do not have exact number, but I can give you the number in the last 3 months. It is around 30 to 40 resources. Okay, I can, if you can drop me the email, I can send you the total number of firing in last 1 year. Okay, and attrition rate, Umang, I think it is 19%.
Yes, 19.
Ravi ji,
No,
am I missed anything?
Ratan ji, what is the growth of industries? Can you quantify in percentage term? You are doing
I think
excellently good job. That is not a second thought.
I think 30, 25 to 30%.
25 to 30%. And one more reply you had not given about buyback and the dividend.
I will think about this, but currently we will keep I will keep giving the dividend.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. We'll take the next question from Darshil Zariri. You can go ahead, please.
Hello, hope I'm audible.
Yeah, Darshil.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, team, and thank you so much for taking my question. Firstly, congratulations on a great set of results. So, just wanted to ask, like, as you said, like, AI is, maybe we are getting nearly 2 times the rate of other, what our services are. So, as the, pie of AI grows, so will it be fair to assume that our margins will also become substantially better, or does AI have so you say we'll have a proportionate increase in our costs also. So, just wanted to go for a margin trajectory, can we, like I think beat the 40% consistently or maybe even go higher?
See, margin, I said that I will not give you the number for the next 3 months, 3 years. Okay, it will be industry beating, and for AI ML, because I would like to be conservative. Okay, but for AI ML, definitely we can see that the huge scope is means huge demand is there. Okay, and right now we are not able to fulfill the demand, so that's why we are hiring the people from junior to seniors. Okay, even in the market not enough capable resources are available. Okay, so we need to train people first. Okay, so because the requirement which we are getting from the customers, it is not simple. Okay, it is not something like that you have you just hire people from the market, AI ML engineers, and you can. Okay, you need really experts. As compared to other technologies, this technology is really very complex. They should have a excellent mathematics knowledge, they should have excellent logic. Okay, so rates are high because demand is tough. Okay, so that's why I'm saying that the right now the double, it is the double rate we are getting from the other technologies. Okay, and in future, as we will grow, as we will add more capabilities in AI ML area, we will definitely get a better rates, better revenue from the AI ML.
Oh, okay, sir. And so just wanted to know, like, how does our service contracts and everything, so do we have an annual contract or, how does that, just play up? Like, do we have an order book or, how does, we just, explain the whole system of that?
See, we have almost for all the customers. Okay, we have the contracts for at least 6 month, 3 to 6 month, and for some customers 1 year. Okay, we have the contracts, and For some customers which who are coming just for support packages, mostly they are coming for the Udo. Okay, so they just come for the 1 month or 2 months. So for those kind of customers, we do not have agreement. But for other customers, definitely most of them we have the uh, agreements, right, Uma?
So what would be that currently, like as of date, what would be that our agreements? What would be their value?
Uma, can you answer on this?
Sorry, Darshit, can you repeat?
No, so like as sir mentioned, we have a lot of contracts. Some are for 1 month, some are for 3 to 6 months. So, what would be maybe, the value of those contracts that we have currently, like in terms of that, we are good visibility for our like currency, right?
See,
So Darshit,
whenever we are ending any quarter, okay. So I can say that almost 80 to 90% customer we can see that they will be us with for the next quarters. Okay, 70 to 80% of customers. Okay, and then in the next quarter we have again targets and we add more customers. Okay, in that way we are growing. At least 70 to 80% customers I can see that they are with us for long term when every quarter when we are ending the quarter.
Okay, okay. So just one last question, sir.
Means
In terms
again I
of
will give you one example. Means suppose if I'm ending quarter 28 crore, for example. Okay, and if I'm starting the new quarter, okay, I should have an idea that from where I'm going to start and what will be the pipeline. Okay, so I can see that I am able to start from this little bit 5% up, 10% up, or 10% minus. Okay, from the same point. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir. And just a last question, sir. In terms of any kind of risk that you see, like we want to grow at a good number, like do you feel that some kind of, micro or macro risk that you per se that, something that the industry can face, like anything such as maybe a demand constraint or supply constraint, maybe, something that you can see?
Honestly speaking, if my honest answer will be that the demands which we are getting right now, we are not able to fulfill that because of the resource crunches, good resource crunches, experts. Okay, so I can see that demand side is high as compared to the supply. Okay, supply means problem is the supply, that we are not able to fulfill the all the requirements. Sometimes their requirements are very complex. Sometimes we do not have a uh, that kind of resources available in the market. So demands are still there in the market. I do not see any crunch for the demands. Problem is on the resource side. So that's why we keep hiring people. We are trying to maintain the bench.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Darshan. We'll take the next question from Saurabh Sadhwani. Saurabh, please go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon everyone. Uh, रतन जी, आप लोग अभी एक ऑनशोर मॉडल की तरफ देख रहे हैं कंपनी के लिए, तो आप लोग को ऐसा लग रहा है कि आपके कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइजेस और कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ड्यूरेशंस बढ़ने वाले हैं? और दूसरा, इस पे मार्जिन पे क्या फर्क पड़ेगा इस चीज से?
Sir, first of all, since last 2 years, I'm trying to have resources onshore. Okay,
ओके.
but I'm not sure that I should say fortunate or unfortunate, but situation in uh, other countries like US, Europe is not good right now. They are trying to reduce their expenses. Okay, so they are increasing the outsourcing. Okay, I can give you one example. Latest happened. He has released his CTO and he said that he wants someone from the India because he can reduce his cost. And it happened 2 3 times in last 9 months. Okay, so they want to decrease the cost. Okay, it I'm not saying that onshore development it going to be close or what. Okay, but demand is now less for onshore. They are getting the same kind of quality. India is growing. People are working very hard. The availability problem. Means I can say that people are available almost anytime. Okay, so they what they are seeing that if they are getting the quality, if they are getting the availability, then why they should not have people offshore? Okay, so I tried many times to put resources on site, but every time what I was getting response from that, Ratan, same thing if I'm getting from the India, same quality,
Mhm.
same support. Okay, then why? Okay, unnecessary. It is the expense.
Okay, but do you plan to open sales offices at in other geographies like America and Europe?
I have sales office in US. Okay, and in last 9 months in KSolves, almost 6 to 7 or 8 people have got the business visa. Okay, because after
Mhm.
Corona, it was completely stopped by the government. Okay,
Yeah.
and what I have observed for company like us, okay, people who are meeting to the customer, they should be good in technology too. Okay, not only the
Mhm.
sales, because
Mhm.
we are targeting mostly, or you can say that most of the customers are the small cap customers. Okay, small cap. So they want someone who understand their problem as well as they can provide this solution also. Means as I think someone asked that consulting also. What
Yeah.
consulting and development. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So on-site sales, hiring a salesperson, I had, but somehow it could not be successful at this level because people were when people started asking the technical things. Okay,
Mhm.
somehow it could not execute. So what is happening right now? I'm traveling most of the time, US, Australia, or whatever. Okay, because I
Mhm.
have the technology background, I have the business understanding. Okay, and from the next quarter, few more people. For example, Manish is getting the visa. Okay, uh, our delivery head got the visa. So many people have our business development head is going to get the visa. They will start traveling because they have the business sense plus technology knowledge also. They can provide the consulting as well as the solution.
Okay.
So right
Okay.
now it is not a good idea, but when we will grow, definitely we will have or we should have sales office or
Mm.
salespeople in other countries. But at this level, it is unnecessary. Uh, I can say that expense.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ratan.
Thank you. Before we go to the next participant, I have a request on the chat. Ravi Sharma, can you go ahead and unmute and ask your question, please?
Thanks, team. Thanks, team, for allowing me to ask the question. Ratanji, thank you for explaining all the things. First of all, congratulations to the team. I just have one question that what is the typical average project duration and revenue? Means what is the typical average project duration? कितने मतलब around 6 months? How we retain means कितने महीने का होता है कैसा आता है? How the revenue is from them? Do we have a long lasting contracts or a short term contracts? Exactly how KSolve's working is.
I will give you few examples. I will try to give you examples. I can give you answer in one line also, but I would like to give you some examples. Okay. I have one customer who have started with $3,000 10 years before. Right now, he is giving us $125,000 per month. Okay, and it is अब long lasting तो हम नहीं है, right? So, but still I can say that it will continue. It will continue. Another example is that 5 years before I have started with one customer. That customer is into the real estate, and they have started from 16,000 per month, and still they are working with that, and the 16 and the current billing is 60,000, 16 to 60,000 per month. Okay, so we have so many customers who have started with us with a small amount of work and money, but now the money per month is increased and the amount of the work also increased. And they have product which they can say that, see, they will never stop the adding features, they will never stop the maintenance of the existing features. Okay, for example, you have e-commerce application. Okay, so it is not something that you have deployed that e-commerce application on server and you will forget the person who has done the deployment. Okay, you will have to keep that resource to maintain the server, you will have to keep that resource to add the features, you will have to keep that resource to add new features, maintain new features. So I can see and I can feel that whenever any project start, most of the time it is a long duration. Only thing is that the project start from the small amount, small work, and gradually it increased. It increases. Okay. For example, if any project is starting this month from maybe from 3000, 1500, after 6 months I can say that there's 70%, 80% chances that customer will be with us and the amount of the work will increase, the amount of the money will increase, because we always try to understand that what else he is looking a part of the existing business. Uh, I will give you one more example. If that person is asking to implement a ERP by using the Udo, it means he has the application for Udo. He has the ERP to maintain his inventory, but at the same time, he will have a application to sell his SKUs or inventories. Okay, which will be definitely developed into another technology. So we try to know that what he is using to sell his product. Okay, he is coming to manage his inventory, but definitely he is selling his inventory through some other technologies. And then maybe he may have a requirement to manage the huge data, for example, huge products, number of products, or he wants to have an idea that in which month which product he should have in inventory. Okay, he does not want all the products in inventory all the time. Okay, so for that thing he may have a requirement to implement the AI/ML. Okay, so in that way we try to keep understanding his business, we try to keep suggesting that how he can increase the business. I can give you one example. I met with one person in US few months back, and he came for the ERP. Okay, Udo ERP. I said that, so are you maintaining all the products in your warehouse? He said that yes. I said that why do you, so how much you have data? He said that for last 20 years I have the data. I said that okay, for it means you have data that in which month, which item people are asking. Yes, he said that yes. Then I said that why you are not applying the machine learning? Okay, in that way I have generated the machine learning work also. Work got increased, business got increased, revenue got increased. So that is the way we increase the work with the existing resource. And that is the reason we have so many customers who are working with us since long time. I hope I have given you the answer.
Thank you, Pratanji. This is what I wanted to know actually, that yes, we are retaining the customers once we are having them, and then we are retaining them. This is what my agenda was, to have a look on it. Thank you, Ratanji. Thank you for the explanation.
Okay, Ravi. We'll take one more question from chat by Mr. Harsh Chaurasia. What would be the percentage of consulting revenue out of the service revenue?
Uh, it is tough. Right now, I don't think that I have that handy data handy, but most of the time we provide the consulting before starting the services. Okay, most of the time. because customer come with the fresh, most of the time come with, either they come with the fresh requirement or they come with some problems with the existing projects done by some other vendors. Okay, then we understand, then we provide them consulting that what should be the exact technology, what should be the exact uh, solution, and then we start the development. Most of the time consulting is the part of the services.
The second question is, would it be possible to give a breakup of the revenue? How much of it would be from time and material contracts? How much of it would
Yeah,
be from fixed
Umang
price?
has, Umang has,
And how much of it would be from staff augmentation?
Umang has.
Yeah,
Umang, you
so
can.
around you can say 8% is from staff augmentation and 24% is fixed cost, and rest is T&M, which comes to around 65-66%. So major of our revenue comes from T&M, then fixed cost, and very less of it is from subcontracting or staff augmentation.
And in future, we will increase the revenue from the fixed cost, then T&M, and then the staff augmentation.
Thank you. We'll take the next question from Anil Kumar. Anil, you can unmute, please. We'll move on to the next participant, Aman Agarwal. You
Hello.
can unmute, please. Yeah, Anil, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for taking the question. So Ratanji, I wanted to understand like how is the revenue visibility for the coming 2, 3, 5 years, probably down the line? How do you see this company growing and going? And obviously, you have told about the margin somewhere near 37% plus minus 2 would be the EBITDA margin, I believe. The other question is like, how is the, I mean, you have discussed about the pipeline though, but I would like to understand like, as you said, like you are not hiring people in the onshore. That's a good point. That's a cost saving for us. But are you kind of creating a big bunch of people from India who can basically pitch those clients either through VCs or through in person? Some person may be required in person, but majority can be done through VCs as well. So how is that growth looking like? How is that pipeline that can grow? I mean, because if that grows, then only revenues will grow, and then eventually the business will grow. Obviously, you would have thought of, but I would like to, have your puts. You put this, would put color on this, so that we get an understanding and visibility on this.
Can you come your question one by one? I will be here to answer you.
Okay, so how is the revenue looking like for probably next 2, 3, 5 years? What will be the growth percentages that we can expect?
Okay, I will
Obviously,
answer this
the markets or the economy will be ups and downs. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
So as I stated that this year it will be 37 plus minus 2%. For next 3 to 5 years, definitely it will be industry beating. Okay, I'm not giving the number right now, but as the companies who are at our level or little higher than us, definitely we will be better than us. Definitely means if everything goes well. Okay, we will, as we are doing, considering the past 14 quarters, I assume that we will be better. We will have an industry beating. Okay. The second question here.
Can we expect something in the range of 40s, because that is the your historical growth has been phenomenal? So can we expect that in the range of 40s? And also, like I think in 2022, you had said like you will achieve 2,250 in CR of revenue. So is that intact?
250 CR in how many years?
I think it was by 27 or so. In 5 years that you had told that.
Considering the current growth, if everything goes well, I hope that we would be able to manage this. Hello?
Anil, are you done?
Can you hear us?
I think there's a problem in his line. We'll take the next question from Aman Agarwal. Aman, you can go ahead, please.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, Aman.
Uh, very good afternoon, Ratanji, Umanji, Manishji. And first of all, congratulations, your whole team, and big applause to you as you maintain a very good operating efficiency and good margins. So first of all, I have the three questions. The one is, as you said about this, you create a product in the Salesforce also. So can you give me just some brief or elaborate about that product and its market demand? Like you create, I think, two products there as with your presentation. This is my first question. And the second question is, you said that you maintain a hybrid delivery model. So this is great. Secondly, I saw in your financials like there's a certain increase in rental offices expenses also in like from 62 to 69 lakhs. So, and your company is doing very great. You have great cash flows. So, don't you have any plan for permanent establishments in the organizations rather than just maintain temporary? Because it may give good effect on your PB ratio also if you create assets and increasing capital. And third, my third question is, uh, can you elaborate, like, if you, yeah, you are doing very great with the sales, but still, any plan, collaboration, or partnership in respect to AI sales for the incoming next 5 years with the emerging trend or opportunity like semiconductor sector or any growth, like it is having growth in next decade, like we can see now.
Okay, so I think your first question was that you want to know that something about your our product, right?
Yeah.
Salesforce and Dashboard Ninja. See, Dashboard Ninja is something which generates the reports about your sales, about your revenue, everything. Okay, and this is completely customized solution based on your requirement. Okay, you can customize it on yours. Okay, definitely you may have sometime need help from the KSolves. Okay, but it will be very, I can say that rare. Okay, you can, if you have a technology knowledge, then you can customize it very easily.
Okay.
Salesforce product we have developed, the name of that product is Lead Manager. Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, no. I'm just, you
Okay,
continue. I'm just,
so
yeah,
lead manager ninja, which is a kind of a SMS and WhatsApp sending application. Okay, you can send multiple thousands or millions of SMS or WhatsApp messages to your customers. For example, suppose you have an e-commerce application. You are the owner of any e-commerce application, and you are selling your products on site. Okay, on online. Okay, you want to send them offers. You want to update them about something good. You want to update them about good about some news. Okay, in that cases you would like to send them messages and WhatsApp messages and normal SMS. This application is providing that feature.
that is healthcare is also given something there. So that is also included in that sense?
Sorry.
Is in healthcare or something is also a
You can
product.
use it anywhere, for healthcare, for e-commerce, for anywhere. For even, for example, suppose you have 500 friends and relatives, and you you want to manage everything through Salesforce. Okay, then you can have a few licenses, or maybe you can start from one license, and then you can start sending them SMS and WhatsApp through this application. What is the benefit? You will say that this mobile application is already providing you this feature. You can manage the history, you can import, you can export, whatever. You can change the system from here to there. Okay, there to here. So means you can track the history, you can search any particular content. Okay, so that kind of facility it is providing. You can schedule the messages. Okay, so it is already so many, already few customers, sorry, few companies are doing the same thing. But what we are adding in this product, we are adding a data privacy feature. Okay, means we are providing them the data privacy. Means we are saying that you create your own account on the third party, for example Twilio. We will not have access. You will just integrate, and you will have all the data. It is your data. So data privacy and the support 24/7 time support. Okay, and less cost.
Okay, that's fine. That's
Your next question is that rental office. Okay, rental office expenses definitely increased, and it will increase. Okay, because people have started coming to the office, and we are also uh, encouraging them to come office so that we can create a positive environment, and we can create the we can train the freshers. Okay, it help us to train the freshers, it help us to create to train the resources who does not have a expertise in that particular technology, and someone has that knowledge but that person is not available in the office. Okay, so now people are coming, have started coming to the office, but definitely it is not 5 days and 8 hours in a week, 40 hours in a week, but they are coming twice, thrice in a week. Okay, permanent office, definitely at this moment I will never take. Okay, because it comes with several restriction. First thing, expansion is not easy. Okay, suppose right now if I am buying an office for 100 people, and next year if I want to increase the team size, either I will have to buy a new office, then it means I will have to, I will the managing the office expenses will get increased unnecessary. Better is that if I will move to the new office with bigger size. Okay, and you can see that these days so many big companies are moving to smart works. Okay, I'm not going to take the name, but so many big companies, okay, they are going to smart works. Okay, to expand the business in 2 tier 3 tier cities rapidly. And same thing we are doing. We have offices, managed offices in Indore, we have managed office in Pune, we have managed office in the Noida, and we are going to move, maybe we will go to the move in bigger office in Noida, in bigger office in the Pune, and it is very easy because we do not have any obligation with, we do not have any foundation with that particular landlord.
yes, that's great. Now, it may just
Your next question was that semiconductor thing. We will
yeah,
focus only on the software development services. We're not going to move into embedded semiconductor or any other domain until unless we are not big, and I don't think that in next 3 to 5 years we are going to be like something that.
that's okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aman. We'll take the last question for the day from Abhinav Srivastav. Abhinav, you
Yeah,
can go ahead,
thank you,
please.
sir. And good evening, everyone. As I can see, KSolves is working with many clients, but I need to know what is the average client age in KSolves?
Umang, can you answer this?
So, as Ratan already stated, typically client comes with a small amount of work and a small assignment and a small amount. So typically, on an average, if you see the average client that stay with us, it's around and recurring revenue. So it's around 3 to 5 years.
Okay, okay, all right. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Since that was the last question for the day, I would like invite the management to give any closing comments before we end this call.
Thank you, Vinayji. I think this was my first con call. Okay, so this is, I can say that I do not have enough to say. Okay, definitely in next 2 months, once I will have a next quarter result, I will have more to discuss. Okay,
Sure, sir.
but thank
Thank you to
you
all.
to all the people who have joined this call, who have asked questions with me. Maybe some, for some questions I could not reply you properly. In that case, you can send me email ir@ksolves.com. I will definitely give you the better answer if you are not happy with the, or if you could not get the proper answer.
Thank you. Thank you to all the participants, and thank you to the management for this call. You may all disconnect now.